the second project and the resilience, diversity and resilience program, conceptual framework, and an example. So we are dealing with the climate change and our environmental processes, which are highly uncertain in certain issues. And we see that decision support systems as a tool that is necessary in order to understand the system and explore potential consequences of the changes in our environment. So the development and application of these new tools capable of processing not only the physical and numerical aspects, but also incorporating experts' most public opinion in the process of the making. So we have been doing this project with the Japanese, but this group is mainly composed of three: geochemistry, ecology, modeling, remote sensing, and geologist. So we see that what Professor Day has said, that we have to look at how the fishes will respond or how the corals will respond to the changes in the geochemistry. So but we are continuing this under the BAR program, and particularly I am involved in the second program called Ecosystem Response and Data Management in Coastal Marine Ecosystems. So this again is composed of these two projects, and I will be talking mostly with the B2. So some of the group members are involved in quantifying the nutrients and inputs to fluxes from marine circulation and watershed activities, and investigating the ecosystem response, how the corals, how the seagrasses will respond to those inputs. And then those observations are then integrated into models developed under this project. So basically, we are proposing to use the IDSS for conserving and protecting the environment. We particularly regulating aquaculture and maricultural activities, enhancing MPAs, reducing sediment and nutrient loads. And of course, we have to mitigate the impacts of the climate change, surges or seawater intrusion. We have been monitoring some islands and activities. And of course, most of this will deal with changes in water quality and consequently degradation and destruction of coastal habitats. So we are facing a common problem, but of course there will be multiple solutions that will be meeting certain objectives depending on what the stakeholders will want. So there are multiple concerns objectives, but we have to find a common ground, a consensus on what to do with our environment. So our goal is to have a sustainable system services to science-based decisions. So we have to evaluate the pressures, those exchanges, risks and runoff, and also sound laws and policies, and evaluate also the resilience of those ecosystems, knowing how they respond. So we have to look at physical factors, political factors, and social relationships, and then create what we call the ideal assessment in order to evaluate scenarios and solution alternatives that we can utilize. So there's a question, of course, of policy. How do we say, in this case, from Professor Cortez for the seagrass area, how do we improve the seagrass or harm the fish in the Bulino? And we have to consult and we have to also gather the necessary data, physical, ecological, biological, and chemical. And also, from those data, extract those which are necessary for our application. And relate all those data together to make some integration in order to come up with scenarios, to come up with the models which are validated and calibrated, and evaluate the options using those models. So we change certain parameters and we can form those scenarios and evaluate whether they conform to what the people think, what the people know and want. And of course, we have to choose from those alternative scenarios and apply them as the best course of action. But again, this cycle will continue because once we apply, then we have to make sure that we are monitoring the things so that we are making sure that there are changes that occurs and whether the course of action that we took are effective or not. So the idea is the constituency-driven, knowledge issue-based disciplinary and policy-oriented. So there will be simpler questions that can be asked. There will be, of course, more complex questions that can be asked. So we can say that those simpler questions can be tackled by the environmental planning officers in the government or in the LGU. But there will be, of course, questions that the stakeholders and experts must need to address. So here we see a range of models, we see a range of tools that we need. So based on our IDSS developments, we are actually had difficulty with ecological models, because precisely what Professor Robert they said, that they're still lacking studies on how the marine animals respond. So hydrodynamic, water quality, hydrologic from water models are all defined. So these models will be used to, again, devise scenarios, evaluate sensitivities of the environment, and create what we call damage potential maps, which can be used by local decision makers. So briefly, in this case, the local or the desktop IDS concept, so primarily based on the GIS, evaluating different things and doing spatial analysis and visualization. So we are maintaining a database in our university, where we have this monitoring system both in the terrestrial and marine environment, and the periodic simulations and monitoring data that we consider. And we have also the network IDSS for a more complicated set of tools. For example, simulations are made in order to address certain problems. So there's another problem that comes up, then you have to recalibrate your model, probably get more data and so on. So we have to partner the LUGs and use the universities and even other institutions or collaborative framework to address certain issues, and this should be sustained. So we see that we have the importance of data. We emphasize the monitoring of data in devising those models, calibrating models, and validating them. So we have been monitoring water quality and ecological parameters in the sites of the project. So we have set up the Philippines monitoring system for the different parts of the Philippines in selected sites. And you can see that these are the parameters that are being monitored. And for example, in Banana Bay, this concern is the sedimentation of the bay, and there are more setups across the bay for numerical modeling and simulation. And periodic monitoring are held in order to gather additional data in terms of plankton, methodology, and other related sediment oxygen demand and other things. So these are examples of the data that you can get from the continuous monitoring system, where you can understand when hypoxia occurs. So in this case, it's during midnight. And even the algal blooms can be monitored, of course, and examine what are the conditions during which these blooms and bottom hypoxia occurs. So previously we said that it's mostly from mid tides, but we can see also that they occur also during the spring tides. So we also have monitored watersheds, and we're also concerned with the effect of sea level rise and beach erosion, for example, in Boracay Island. So here we have deployed CCTV in order to capture wave dynamics and also the proliferation of macroalgal tubes. So these are continuously operating since May of this year. So we have, I think, 4 to 5 cameras in the island. So the SICAM IDSS will be for these study sites, but our project will focus mostly with Bolinao and Perpustakaan. So the example that I will present will be mostly for Perpustakaan. So for the Bolinao area, or the largest seagrass system in the Philippines, so this is set by terrestrial sediments, effluents from mariculture located in these channels, and nutrients from inland areas, also submarine groundwater discharge. So the question is, how do we effectively reduce these inputs to the system in order to protect the seagrasses in the area? So now the area that we are looking at is actually this Perpustakaan lagoon in the Philippines. So it's situated in the Verde Island Passage. So one of the papers goes in the center of global marine biodiversity. So you have corals, eagles, seagrass beds, and mangroves, and these areas are actually high in tourism intensity. For example, the Whitefish, Sabang area, and the Puebla. But of course, they are also concerned with the poorly constructed systems, sanitation, and so on, such that there will be water quality degradation in the area. So how do we now address those things? So local people would suggest that let's cut open this sandbar in order to improve the circulation of the island, and therefore improve the the water quality there. But how much water, how will it be effective, or what will be the cap on the waste coming into this bay? So what are the effective measures that we can undertake? Of course, we go through the same process. We've had intensive field survey campaigns, monitoring and examining biochemical properties, but the main focus of this one is to do the hydrodynamic and water quality modeling for that area. So this shows the simulation results for the flow velocity in the area. So you can see that eddies are formed this area, and then the main flowing at this area here. And the flow velocity in the lagoons or in the bays are actually very, very minimal. So we can use the model in order to investigate different scenarios. Thought about if we open the sandbar, or if we have the input pollutant and so on, or what if the circulation is only governed by the tidal current. So based on the normal condition, so if we release particles in the Breve Bay, it would take only less than a week for those particles to disperse and for those particles basically go out of the bay. But if it is governed only by tidal current, then it will actually remain in this bay. So the residence time of these particles or those pollutants will be much longer, and will be to the detriment of the corals and seagrasses located in this area. So what about if the sandbar was removed in order to facilitate the circulation of the water? So will the water quality improve? So under normal situation, you have this algal or the phytoplankton distribution and the salt ocean distribution, both this one in terms of milligrams per liter. And when opening the sandbar, as you can see in the image, it doesn't make any significant difference in the water quality. But having or reducing the pollutant input from the coastal communities will be the best option in order to improve the water quality in the Perpustakaan Bay. So we see that once we have formed completely, for example, the IDSS, it doesn't mean that it's really complete from end to end. So even the data that we get, monitoring data that we can provide in real time, can be a good basis or can be a good support for making the decisions, particularly for the agriculture areas. So the IDSS is not just a piece of software. We see it as an active system of collaboration because we need to work on we need to address environmental problems which are very complex, and it should be continuous development, not only in terms of the monitoring data, database updating, the models must be continuously improved, and also there will be continuous training and workshops for the users of the decision support system. So with this approach, we can see that IDSS can be ensured of its sustainability. Also, the IDSS will promote the use of science-based approach, and also it will enable the formulation and evaluation of solution alternatives, and promotes transparency in decision making. But the main thing that we would like to emphasize is that the system should not be used as a system in itself. It should be situated within a framework wherein you have a good flow of information, wherein you are making decisions based on sound scientific or sound policies, also scientific evidences, and the strict implementation of those policies by the government, by the people. So thank you very much. So we can have questions.
Thank you. Question of the Mr. Ariel? Okay. We can applause for the Ariel Blanco.